Hello everyone and welcome back to Hannah's Happy Home. In today's video, I'm going to be working on getting this house back to normal. We had just gotten back from a trip to Hawaii, and then we had been on another short trip the week before that. And then we had a busy weekend as soon as we got back, so the house was looking a little bit crazy. The laundry was stacked up super high because I still hadn't unpacked yet from our trip, so we'll also be unpacking. So just a lot of motivation in today's video as I clean this house, unpack, do a lot of laundry, and I'll also be sharing some recipes, an amazing homemade pizza dough recipe. It's easy and so delicious. And then I'll also share a soup recipe. So I hope you enjoy this video, just coming along on these 2 days with me as I work on getting things back to normal. So we're starting off here with the footage of what the house looks like before I got started. The entire house wasn't that bad. It was mainly just the kitchen that was really messy, our bedroom, the laundry room, and then there was just a lot of laundry with all of that unpacking and everything. So I'm going to start off the morning by getting a load of laundry started. I went and got the laundry bag from our bathroom, and I will link this laundry bag down below. I got it off of Amazon and I just put it inside that large basket that I got from Ross that has a lid. And it's just really handy as a laundry basket. It looks pretty in the bathroom, and then just have the bag in there that I can easily pull out and take over to the laundry room. So once that first load was started, I'm going to get the kitchen clean because it was driving me crazy. Like I said, we had just got back from our trip on Thursday. We were really jet lagged because we had a red-eye flight, so we just slept most of the day when we got back. And then we had a really busy weekend, Friday through Sunday, so I just never got a chance to unpack. Never really got a chance to clean up things much, so things got pretty messy here in the kitchen, and I was ready to have a nice clean kitchen again. So I'm going to work on that this morning, and also just cleaning off my stove. It was really dirty. We had cooked some bacon and different things, so just a lot of grease everywhere that I wanted to clean up. And I'm showing you a few of my favorite cleaning products that I like to use here in my kitchen. Everything will be linked down below. My favorite stovetop cleaning kit, and then this is my favorite stainless steel cleaner as well. I had said that this kitchen was really messy, but it wasn't like the countertops were packed full of dishes or anything. It was mainly just that the kitchen was really dirty. The stove was really dirty, some of the backsplash, the countertops, some of the cabinet handles. My espresso machine was really dirty, and the front of, like the dishwasher and the fridge and the trash can and everything. So this kitchen just needed a good scrubbing, and I wanted to start with this side of the kitchen and get that stove clean and the countertops and everything because I wanted to make a soup for lunch. I actually wasn't feeling 100% on this day when I was doing the cleaning. This was Monday morning, and I had spent most of the day Sunday just relaxing because I wasn't feeling that great. I had a cold that thankfully didn't last very long, but I was just really craving a good hot bowl of soup. That's just like the absolute best when you've got a cold. And so I had these potatoes to use up in the pantry, so I thought I'll cut all those up. I've got some veggies in the freezer, and I'll just do a vegetable soup. And it was so delicious. It was really easy to make. I just cut up all of those potatoes after I washed them, and then got those boiling in a pan, and I cooked my ground beef in my big soup pot. Once the ground beef was done cooking, I drained off the grease, and then I added in my beef broth, my seasonings. I think I did like salt, pepper, garlic powder, and then added in beef broth, some water, a can of diced tomatoes, some green beans, and corn. That was the only veggies that I had. I maybe would have added like some carrots if I had those. And I cooked those vegetables in the broth, and then once the potatoes were done cooking, I added that to the soup and cooked it a little bit longer. And like I said, very delicious and easy. You could do this in the crock pot as well. While the soup was cooking, I was working on the other side of the kitchen, getting that dishwasher loaded and started. And then once the potatoes were done cooking, I added those to the soup, stirred it all together, and then let it cook for about 10 to 15 more minutes while I finished up the other side of the kitchen, washing all of these dishes and getting those dried and put away. This large open Kraus workstation sink is so nice to have here in the kitchen, and it does come with some accessories like this black roll-out dish drying mat and a cutting board, a bowl, and a strainer that all just sit right here on top of the sink. It's so handy to have, and the faucet is also from Kraus. I've had both the faucet and the sink for about 2 years now, and I've really loved them. Not all of the accessories come with the sink. I think some of them you have to purchase separately on their website. They probably also sell them on Amazon. I know they're sold in like Lowe's and Home Depot and different places like that. So I will just link it all down below. Now that all the dishes are washed, I am working at cleaning the countertops and backsplash and also my espresso machine. When the tray in the bottom gets full, it pops up and says empty me, and the water in this tray usually stinks pretty bad, especially if I let it go about a day or two past when it says to empty it. So I needed to scrub that with some soap, and then also just the outside of the espresso machine. A lot of coffee gets splashed up on there and milk and everything. So just wanted to give that a good wipe down, and then of course scrub the entire sink, and then also wanted to clean the front of the fridge. On this day, I was hoping to get everything done in one day, but halfway through cleaning the kitchen, I knew that cleaning the kitchen was the only thing I was going to get done today. I just still wasn't feeling that well. It was all that I could do to finish cleaning this kitchen, but I just really wanted to have a clean kitchen and at least get this done today, and then I could go and rest. So I got the entire kitchen clean, got at least one load of laundry started, and then the next morning I was feeling much better and I was able to continue the cleaning and finish up everything in the entire house. Also wanted to add, I will link these Antique Candle Company candles down below because they are one of my favorite candles. They smell so amazing and they're just such an awesome company, so be sure that you go and check them out. Okay, so it's morning now, and I started off the day by folding that one load of laundry that I had done, and then I finished unpacking and just trying to sort through all of the laundry, getting another load of laundry started, and putting away the suitcases, unpacking the backpacks, and just trying to work on all of that. And since I'm unpacking from our Hawaii trip, I thought this would be a good point in the video to put a few clips of our trip. We had a wonderful, relaxing trip to Oahu, Hawaii, and I did share some photos and videos over on Instagram. If you're not following me over there, I will put these video clips right here in the video so that you can see a quick little overview of our trip. We had never been to that island before, so it was really fun to get to explore a new island and to just get away and relax for a couple of days. Quickly cleaning up here in the living room and the dining room. The couch was full of crumbs and little pieces of stuff, little pieces of crayon and different things. So I just wanted to take the top of the vacuum and vacuum the couches quickly, vacuum this rug and the floor. I got the humidifier going over here. And our living room is still looking very empty because I'm still in the process of trying to order a few things and just plan out a little mini living room makeover to try and make this space more of a cozy family room. There's just a lot of white going on in here right now and gray, and I just want to bring in some warmth, bring in a really fuzzy, thick, large rug that will just be super cozy. And cozy is just kind of the word that I'm going for this living room. So just trying to finish planning that out and picking out a few items, possibly some new couches. I'm not quite sure yet, but I'll explain all of that in that video if we end up doing that. I'm cleaning the front of this electric fireplace because with a little 1-year-old walking around, you can imagine that something like this right at his height gets covered in slobbers and fingerprints and everything else. So I hadn't washed this off in a while and it was really dirty, so I wanted to clean that quickly and then also go around and water my plants. This sideboard is where we keep all of the homeschooling items and coloring items because this table is where we homeschool and also where the boys do coloring and crafts. And then the other side of the sideboard has all of our board games and card games. When we were hiking in one of our local mountains about 2 weeks ago, I found this mesquite root just laying in a dry creek bed, and I had to grab it and bring it home because I thought it was so cool looking. I could just imagine it setting up on a shelf or something in the house. So I've got that here in the dining room. I'm not quite sure yet where I'll put it, maybe up on the mantle or something, but it's just a really neat piece to have in the house. was super windy on this day and cloudy and cold and raining off and on. But it had stopped raining for a little while, and I thought I could probably hang these clothes out in this wind. They might dry, so I hung those outside. They didn't really dry 100%. I had to bring them back inside to finish drying, but I just thought I'd try. So now I'm going to get started on lunch, and I am going to make that homemade pizza dough for lunch. This is a super easy recipe, like I said, very delicious. I will never look for another pizza dough recipe after finding this one. I found it on Pinterest. I will link it down below so that you can save that and you can see all of the measurements and everything. I follow her measurements, and I usually will cut the dough in half and make 2 different pizzas, because we like to have a little bit of a thinner crust pizza. If you like a thicker crust, then you could just use this dough for 1 large pizza, but I usually end up making 2 large pizzas with it. It does take a few hours. You have to add the yeast to the hot water, let that sit for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then once you get your dough mixed up, you have to cover it with plastic wrap and set it in a warm place for an hour until it rises. And then you transfer it to a floured surface, and then it has to sit for another like 20 minutes before you can roll it out and make your pizza. So while that dough is rising for an hour, I'm going to continue the cleaning and clean up this laundry room, get the floor vacuumed. I did a little bit of dusting, and then just continuing to work on the laundry, of course. The boys had already cleaned up their bedroom, but I just wanted to quickly finish unpacking their backpacks from the trip. These backpacks were from Walmart, and they were only about $10 or $15, really durable. We've used them on 2 trips so far for the boys, and they have just worked out awesome. I'm pretty sure that they still have them in store. If I can find them online, then I will link them down below. And if you haven't seen the previous video on my channel, be sure that you go and check that out, because in that video, we transform this wall here in the boys' bedroom. We add this peel and stick wallpaper, this toy storage, and everything. It was a really fun video, so be sure that you go and check that out if you haven't seen it yet. So our pizza dough is done rising now in the kitchen, and we can get that rolled out and make our pizzas. So I divided the dough in half, and then I rolled out a round crust for my first pizza. And I don't usually use pizza sauce. I just use tomato sauce, add some Italian seasoning, and then the shredded cheese. We did some diced olives and salami, but my crust didn't get quite as crispy as we would have liked this time, and I think it's because we did a few too many toppings, a little bit too much sauce and cheese and things, but we love our toppings. But next time I'm gonna go a little bit lighter on those, that way the crust can get a little bit crispier. After lunch is when it really started raining outside and getting pretty cold, so it was a great day to be inside getting some cleaning done. Okay, so I got the bed made and was tidying up the room, getting the stuff put away that was in the laundry basket, and organizing some clothes in our dresser drawers, and also just quickly reorganizing my closet. There was some clothes on the floor and things, and I was just trying to pick it up a little bit. And like you saw, it started to snow outside. The weather lately has just been so crazy. It's 75 degrees one day, and the next day it's snowing. It can't make up its mind on whether it wants to be spring or not. But this bedroom was clean and cozy now, and of course I got my essential oil going in my diffuser from Simply Earth. I'll have my link for them down below. You can get a bunch of free stuff with your first order and a gift card and different things. Levi's room didn't really need any cleaning. I just had to unpack my backpack from our trip to Hawaii, and then also the backpack that I had packed on Saturday when we went on a little hiking trip. Also wanted to put away his laundry that was left in this laundry basket. This laundry basket is from Amazon. It is a collapsible laundry basket, so it is a space saver. When I'm done using it, I can just collapse it down and just slide it under a bed or something. Really easy to store. The last thing I wanted to get done was to just quickly clean out the truck. I didn't wipe it out or vacuum or anything. I just wanted to get all of the trash and all of the items out of the truck and put away and thrown away and everything. So I hope that you enjoyed today's whole house clean with me video. Hopefully it gave you some motivation and inspiration today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next week on Tuesday with a new video. Bye.